am so excited for Halloween costume season, and clearly you are too because you clicked on this video. So excited. I've got my little cute witchy in the back. She's hidden by the shadows because the lighting is really bad. I apologize. It is what it is. Got a little Jack Skellington with Happy Halloween pillow, and I'm wearing my Winnie the Pooh Bear Halloween sweatshirt. I love this one, and it glows in the dark. Obviously it's not dark right now, so I can't show you, but these little stars glow. And honey, I love this sweater. I love Halloween. I'm super excited to get started on Halloween costume tutorial. So today, as the title says, we are doing a mermaid. And what I love about this is you can switch up the colors, whatever you want it to be. I mean, obviously you'll see by the thumbnail, and I'll show you at the end what I put together, the colors I chose to combine. But you can make whatever you want to be, whatever color mermaid you want to be. So that being said, leave a comment below and tell me if you could be any color as a mermaid, hair and fin. What would your tail and your hair color be? Because I'm someone who's a kid at heart and still dreams about being a mermaid. Also, just excuse the hair, it is definitely in need of a wash, but since I've been wearing a wig today for this costume, I was like, I don't want to waste a wash day on a wig day, so like, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, super excited, let's jump into it. Not going to go too in depth on the base in this video. Basically just do your makeup however you like to do. I'm going to have all the products I'm using listed below, as well as the shades that I'm using. So just starting off with my foundation and spot concealing a little bit. Little tip for you guys, if you've got some acne marks or little extra scars, tap a little bit more of the foundation over those areas and then leave it there to set. So I'm just kind of like blending it out so it's not like a glob of liquid on there. But then I'm going to let those dots set there while I put on some concealer and stuff to let it dry a little bit, because as it dries a little bit, then it's going to be more opaque, then you can rub it in and it's going to cover those marks a lot better. But I'm just putting on my concealer, and then again, I'm going to let that set as well while I rub in the dots from my spot concealing. Just again, when you let things kind of settle a bit more, you can get a little more opaque, and I find with this concealer, I'm allowed to do that without it like looking cakey or hard to work with or anything like that. This just works for me. But again, at this point, do your foundation, concealer, all that however you like to do it, because this isn't really the part that matters. It's the eye and the lip that's really going to sell this look. I'm now just taking a little bit of powder and just setting the under eyes so they don't crease while I'm doing my contour and blush. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I do my contour, my blush before I put on all my face powder, because I like how it blends everything together. So you'll see when I'm putting on my contour right now and my blush, it's going to look a little bit too much. It's going to look kind of off. But then once we blend all together with the powder, it really smooths everything together. So it looks so blended and seamless and just beautiful and flawless, like how I picture a mermaid's skin would be. This super fun and bright eyeshadow palette is the palette we're going to be using for our eye look today, but I'm also going to be using this shade for our blush. It's the shade Rad from that palette. It's a very bright hot pink color that I think is super fun and going to be perfect for this look. So again, put your blush wherever you like to put it. I'm kind of going crazy with it. I put it all over the cheekbone, bring it up over my brow a little bit. This is just how I like to do my my blush. But again, do your blush however you like to at this point. And as I was saying earlier, you can see right now it's looking like it's too much. It's like, oh no, this isn't gonna work. But as soon as you put the powder over everything, it just blends it all together. It makes it look so flawless and beautiful. So I mean, look at just how perfect my skin looks right now. Not that it looks like perfect in real life. It definitely still looks like skin with makeup on it. But this way it definitely gives me the best look and helps it look as flawless as possible, especially for photos and filming and things like that. Now moving on to brows, I'm just combing them through, and then I'm going to fill them in lightly with my go-to brow pencil, like my day-to-day brow pencil. But I'm doing it lightly because we're going to go back in with blue. And I don't want my brows to be like a super bright blue, but since I'm going to be wearing a blue wig, I want a hint of blue in the brows so they match the wig better. So again, just lightly filling in the brows, just enough so that when I put the blue on, it's not like super bright, shocking blue, but just kind of a mix of the two. So it's just like this perfect combo. Now we're taking this beautiful bright blue eyeliner and we're gonna, again, lightly fill in the brows. I'm not trying to make this like a super dark blue, but I definitely want him to look blue. I don't know how to describe it. I didn't want it to, like, you look at my brows and it's like, whoa, bright blue. But almost like where you don't notice at first that I have blue brows. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, if someone has blue brows, like, you're probably gonna see pretty quick. But again, once I put the wig on, like, obviously right now it looks weird, but once I put the wig on, they're gonna complement each other pretty well. So I wanted the perfect mix of the two because, again, I didn't want the super bright blue brows, but I wanted to make sure that there was a hint of blue so it matches the wig. But now moving on to the eyes, I'm just using some Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion on the top lid and lower lash line, since we'll be putting a lot of makeup there. Then I'm taking this beautiful bright lilac colored eyeliner pencil and I'm putting it all over the lid. We're gonna be putting eyeshadow on top of this, but I'm starting with this so that the eyeshadows that I put on will pop more. I have hooded eyes, so I'm letting my eyes set and then making sure to put some above that crease line because I want to make sure that you can see the color, whether I'm blinking or not. Just one of the things that comes with having hooded eyes. You have to be a little more strategic with your eyeshadow placement. Now taking the shade Radigan, the color we used for our blush, and putting this all over the lid. I'm using my fingertips so I can pack on the most color as possible, but that being said, a lot of this is going to end up blending together. I mean, you saw the picture in the thumbnail. This eye look isn't like a super vibrant, like pinks and blues and purples, even though we're using all those colors in here. It's all going to be blended together so beautifully and perfectly that it's almost hard to tell what color it is and when it's happening. So again, we're packing on at this point, but it's not going to end up being this bright pink at the end. Unless you want it to be, then obviously you can customize this look to make it however you want it to be, but this is how I'm doing it. I've got these super fun mermaid makeup brushes that I got from Amazon. I'll have those linked below as well if you are interested. But taking just one of these kind of crease brushes and taking the shade Seriously from the palette, it's a gorgeous bright blue shade, and putting this all over the crease. So again, you'll watch me as I'm doing it. You can see how I'm placing it, the shape I'm making, but just putting it all along the crease, and again with my hooded eyes above the crease a little bit more as well so that you'll be able to see it. And once you're satisfied with the amount of color you've placed down, we're just gonna blend it out before putting on our next color. Now I'm taking the shade Like from that palette and putting it on top of the blue. There's not like a bright purple in this palette, and I wanted purple here, but without having to buy like a bunch of different eyeshadow palettes. So by layering the pink on top of the blue, we're making this gorgeous kind of magenta purple color. So again, placing it all on top exactly where I put the blue and blending them together. And here I'm just kind of taking whatever's left over on the brush and just lightly blending it up to the brow. I mean, you can't even really see if there's color going up to the brow, but it's just that there's not like a harsh line for when the color starts and stops. And then I will also now drag it down onto a little bit, because again, we're wanting this kind of like almost an ombre effect where we're wanting these to kind of melt into each other, hard to see where the colors start and stop. So once you've got the color packed into the crease, slightly blend it up to the brow and onto the lid a little bit. And now I'm just taking a clean blending brush and just blending that all together really well. I decided it wasn't looking ombre enough for me, so I took a little bit more of the shade Like on the very top of the lid to help that transition out a little bit more. Then once again, take that blending brush with no product on it and just blend it all together really well. Now for some beautiful shine, I'm taking this shimmer eyeshadow. It's a very light, lilac-y purple pink color. It's so pretty and perfect for this look because it's gonna blend this all together so perfectly. I mean, do you see how like as I swiped that over the lid, it just like all of a sudden melts it all together, helps it just looks stunning. Like, oh, I'm obsessed. I absolutely love this color on top of all of this. So just place that wherever there's color on the eyes and then pack it on as much as you want. I was satisfied with how it was, and so at this point I'm just taking a little bit more onto like the inner third of the eye for some extra highlight in that area. And now you're going to line your eyes however you like to do it. Again, I have hooded eyes, so this is what works best for me with lining my eyes. I just line the upper waterline and kind of push it into the lash line. And then I'm just going to set that. I'm using the shade Like again because I didn't want to use any harsh dark colors. I'm wanting, again, this all to be super seamless. So use Like to set that. And now we're taking that same blue eyeliner we used for our brows and putting this all over the lower lash line. We're going to really get this as close to the lash line as possible. Also make it as thick or as big as you want. I'm just making sure it's thoroughly coating the lashes because I don't want this awkward space between the waterline and the lashes because we're going to be putting the blue all over the waterline and the lower lash line. So again, just really thoroughly blending this into it so that there's no weird, spaces. You know what I'm talking about. Then we're going to take that same blue shade again. We're going to tap it on top to set it all in place, and then we'll also be blending it out to kind of smoke it out a little bit, however intense you want it to be. Then I noticed my brows were looking almost a little more like turquoise than blue, so I'm putting a little bit more onto the brows to see if it'll help it out a little bit. I found it didn't work as well, so you'll see later when I'm using the blue mascara, I tried to put that on the brow as well to help even out more, and that worked pretty good. And I'm listening to Halloween music while doing a Halloween makeup tutorial, so bonus points if you can tell what song I'm singing along to. But now I'm just taking this blue mascara. I'm pretty sure this is discontinued, but any blue mascara is going to do. Just any blue mascara you can find. putting that all over the lower lashes, and then putting all over the top, which I started doing this and realized I forgot a very important step, which happens to be the glitter, like the part that makes this look. I can't believe I forgot about it. So I'm taking that same lilac colored eyeliner and putting it into the very inner corner, so I can put a little bit more shimmer there as well. So again, just using that shade that we'd used on over everything, that shimmer lilac color, placing that on top. And then we're gonna go in with our glitter. Look at how stunning this palette is. Like, I want to use all these colors, so I'm gonna do several eye looks with these colors, but I'm taking that second shade, a very pretty holographic light blue, but I don't even know, like it's shimmery, it's almost like a neutral, but just this pretty light blue. I can't even describe it. It just, look at how stunning this is as I'm putting it on. I put it on again over wherever I place the color down, and you can just see the difference between the two eyes. Like, the eyes looked really pretty as it was, but this just gives it that wow factor, you know, that very ethereal, beautiful, you know, of another world kind of a look, a magical look, I'll say. Like, look at that. Oh, so pretty. I then decided to put the glitter all the way up to the brows, but that's totally up to you, completely optional. I didn't pack it on there as intensely as I did on the lid, but I wanted to kind of like gradually fade up to the brows. And now we can go in with our blue mascara. Now that we have the most important part done, the gorgeous glitter, we can put on our mascara. And there's my cute hubby making a little cameo. And as I said earlier, the brows were looking a little bit more turquoise than blue. They weren't quite matching the eyeliner as well. So I went with a little bit of the blue mascara over the brows, and that seemed to help out a little bit more. And voila! Don't forget to like this video if you like how the eyes turned out, because I mean, look how stunning! Now I'm taking that same shimmer eyeshadow and I'm using that as my highlight all over my face. Since it has this purple pink color, it definitely adds to the magical ethereal look of this makeup. So, you know, any highlighter you have is great, and if you don't want to go for like a purpley color, you don't have to, but I really felt like that was going to really make it look extra like magical and really like a mermaid. And then I'm taking that same lilac eyeliner we use and just using it as a lip pencil, because all the colors I had just weren't going to be quite what I was going for. But then I'm taking this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Summer Fruit. It's a really pretty hot pink color, but not a super opaque one. It's pretty sheer, so you can still see a lot of the purple coming through, which is perfect. Now this gloss I am so excited for. I saw it in the store and I thought it just screamed mermaid. So it's the LA Girl Shade Shifter Lip Gloss in the shade Pixie, and I mean, seriously, is that color not like the perfect mermaid color? So there's the completed makeup. So stunning, absolutely magically beautiful. I'm setting it in place with this very intense setting spray. So whatever setting spray you like, use an intense one because you do not want to do all that work and then have it just melt right off your face. Now it's time for the wig. I love this wig. This color is so perfect. Got this from Amazon, and yes, it does look like a wig, but I mean, it's Halloween. It's always gonna look like a wig. But all things considered, a wig from Amazon, like it still looks pretty good to me. This is not like a one you like $10 one you get from Walmart. I think this one looks pretty good. But if you want to help it look a little bit more, I don't want to say natural because it's not gonna look natural, but you know, if you want to help it out a little bit, putting some barrettes and pinning those front pieces back definitely helps it look a little bit better. So the barrettes definitely help, but I personally really like the wig in and of itself. I think it's gorgeous. I love it. So I chose to keep the wig down. This is what I was for Halloween last year. My husband was a pirate and I was a mermaid. So this is the exact look I went for. And I thought the wig looked perfect as it was. I went with this gold necklace because I thought it kind of looked like sunken treasure. And then my top is from Amazon. It's supposed to be an off the shoulder top, but I was really excited to find it since it has these kind of draped sleeves. I'm able to bring it up over my shoulders. I'm someone who strives for modesty. So this was perfect for me to still be able to look like a beautiful, draped, elegant mermaid while still being able to be modest. So I was really excited about this top. And if the way it kind of drapes isn't like working for you, the wig covers it perfectly. And then my skirt is from Amazon. I love how it shifts in the light to look kind of blue or purple sometimes. In this instance, I'm using the chain that came with it. And for the top, if you want to have seashells, you can take ribbon and, you know, glue that on to look like a seashell. I ended up just keeping it as it was. I thought it worked pretty well. And then another option you can do if you don't like the chain, you want to cover your tummy if you're a little insecure about that, you can go to your local fabric store or craft store and pick out any fabric you want, whether it's a shimmery or glittery or sequin fabric. Cut a little bit of that out, drape it over, it gives it another fun look. Just, you know, dress this up however you want it. And then go out and have fun being a magical, beautiful mermaid. I am so happy with how this turned out, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you're going to recreate it, then please send me pictures. I'd love to see your recreations of this look. I've got my Instagram in the description box. You can go follow me there and send me pictures so I can see your guys' looks. Like I said in the beginning, please comment below and tell me if you were a mermaid, what would your hair color and tail be, because I would just love to see what color combinations other people would combine. My next video is going to be a witch, so stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss it when it comes out. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next one. Thanks so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.